Hi, I'm Carol Berglund and welcome to my YouTube channel. I do acrylic pour paintings on this channel. I do other paintings as well, but this YouTube channel is specifically for acrylic pour paintings. Please watch, you might find it very informative and fun. And if you like what you see, give me a like, share it, and subscribe. It's free. Okay, so I have got this base coat put down. Never was that good at frosting a cake, but this just gets a coat down so that we've got something to pour on top of. And that coat underneath makes your paint slide over a little easier. And I did thin this down, and I hope I got it thinned down enough. I think so. Okay. So I'm going to put down a little puddle in the center. And put my cup in it. Excuse me. And then pour a little bit around the outer side of the cup. Try to get that lip of the cup covered in some of this paint. You kind of have to hold these down because they do tend to move on you. Alrighty. Seems like some of my best pours are done when I'm kind of tired and late at night. I know I look sleepy, but I actually had a long nap this, I would say afternoon, but more like this early evening. I'll probably be up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so now that I got that down, I'm going to have a little sip of my water. I'm going to start putting in my paint. And even though I have a black, this is actually probably a blacker black. I want to go ahead and put a little of that in there because it's the gloss black. And we'll put in my navy, which is my blue is phthalo blue and navy. I got a good bit of blue mixed up. And I'm going to come in with some green. And I'm really hoping these gloss colors will dry with a little bit glossier sheen. It's going to have quite a few colors in it, so it'll be nice and colorful. That was the white, and now the orange pumpkin. I didn't put any kind of silicone or anything like that in here. And I'm wondering if I'll get some cells just from the Floetrol. Add in the gloss varnish, sometimes give you cells along with a pouring medium. I see some action over there. Okay. See, now it's starting to float away. And I am going to go again with another color pour. I had some Payne's Gray I wanted to use in here as well. It's called Using Up Your Colors. This one's a little thick. I'm trying to remember the color. I know I got out of order by throwing in that Payne's Gray, but sometimes you just got to use up those colors. Well, that's going to be interesting. One thing with the Galaxy Pour, the PVC pipe that I use that's cut, it actually stays in place while I pour. And I think that probably does work out a little bit better, but I didn't want exactly a galaxy look. I wanted more of an abstract. But I do like some of the cells I'm seeing. Let's give this a swirl. I don't want to get too much mud. I got a little bit of mud from the mixing there, but hopefully the center will stay nice and vibrant. It almost looks like a flower in the center. I'm just going to kind of tilt this around in a little bit of a circular fashion before I go off the edge. I'd really like to keep some of this orange out here. These are beautiful on the outer band of cells. Just adding a little black, I can see some of the edges of the canvas. I don't like that. Took it off that upper edge. I've got to start getting this paint stretched out. I'm liking some of the cells I see on the outside, but I'm not seeing any cells here in the center. I just love how it's kind of open and black with the specks right here. I hate to tilt that off. Try to keep a little of it. Okay. So I'm tending to like the outer edges of what I'm seeing here much more than I do that center. And I am really stretching this one out. Let me set this down and take a look. So I'm liking almost all of it. I don't like the center part. I'm liking the outer portion of it, with the cells and the lacing. this is thick and not as stretched out. I'm not seeing many cells. Wipe my hands here. So I have not torched this, so torching can make a difference. Now let me get my hands dried off and let's take a torch. Well, that was a pretty good torching. I hope that I didn't burn any. I don't think I did. I did try to touch it to really get it warmed up, heated up. I can see some little things happening in there. This looks kind of cosmic. This looks like just a big stretched out flower. Maybe it'll be a cosmic flower. I don't know. We artists are kind of weird. We always see things differently. I'm not hating it. Parts of it I'm absolutely loving. This, I don't know quite how to feel about it. I think if it develops more cells, I would feel better about it. But I'm going to let this sit and let it continue and see what we get. I definitely think I want to keep it. I can always do something with glitter or bling it up later. I don't know. Anyway, that was interesting. Thank you for joining me with my early morning pour. And, you know, I hope you'll come back, and I'd like to know what you think about that. Okay, so I'm back, and I just wanted to give you an update. I didn't like the way it looked. It looked kind of odd. Of course, you know me, I love cells, so I used the Artist Loft silicone oil, and I put some in my hand, rubbed it around with my fingers, and then I flicked it. And you'd be amazed how effective that is. Another advantage of doing it that way is that you don't have to tilt and stretch, and your cells don't get all wonky. Of course, some of them had come up naturally on their own, but it really brings up the colors and the brightness underneath. And then this kind of separates a little more, so I'm getting that right contrast. So I'm happy with that. So I wanted to give you an update on what I did to change this. And of course, as this dries, it'll change some more. So once it does get dry, I will show you the end results. Thanks. GoPro, stop recording. This one, if you like it, give me a like, share, and please subscribe to my channel. It's completely free. Hey, that's the best deal in town. It's free, right? Anyway, thank you. Thank you for joining me, and have a good evening. GoPro, stop recording. Hi, Carol Berglund with Carol's Art Creations here. So this is the painting now that it's dried and done. And there's some interesting parts to it. All of these cells, especially right up here, I took a bamboo skewer and drew through them to create that floral look. Excuse me. I like some of the coloring of this painting around here. What I don't care for is the center. The center doesn't look like it belongs, if that makes sense. So I'm not crazy about the painting. You know, they say if you like 70% of it, keep it, and I realize that I don't. So I'll be pouring over this one. Excuse me. So look for this one to be poured over in a later video. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.